Guys and girls, let's see if we can make us a quick one. I don't like how this thing is. It's clamping the power off button. Might get lucky enough to shoot a quick video real quick as we're getting ready for Easter, Resurrection Sunday. I want to talk about the fact that you are here for a reason. Don't take it lightly, the fact that you are still living on this earth today, right now as we speak, because we know a lot of our friends have already gone and passed and are not here with us today. A lot of our family are not here with us today. I'm going to be coming from Exodus 1, verse 22, verse 2, and verse 3, and verse 2, chapter 2, verse 3, verse 5 through 6, and verse 9 through 10. It's talking about Moses. When he was born, there was a death sentence on all the male babies, of all the Hebrew male babies. And Moses was able to get through the ranks, was able to slip through the death sentence, just like me and you. We could have got aborted, could have been a miscarriage. A lot of factors could have happened, but we made it through, and we're still here today. And it's for a reason, so don't take it lightly. Exodus 1 and 22. So Pharaoh commanded all his people, saying, every son who is born you shall cast into the river, and every daughter you shall save alive. Let's go down to 2 and 3. 2 and 3. But when she could no longer hide him, she took an ark of bulrushes for him, and dabbed it with asphalt and pitch, put the child in it, and laid it in the reeds by the river's bank. This is Moses' mother making a float for him to hide him, to try to keep him alive. Let's go down to 5. Then the daughter of Pharaoh came down to bathe at the river, and her maidens walked along the riverside. And when she saw the ark among the reeds, she sent her maid to get it. And when she opened it, she saw the child, and behold, the baby wept. So she had compassion on him and said, this is one of the Hebrew children. Okay, let's go down to 9 and 10. Then Pharaoh's daughter said to her, take this child away and nurse him for me, and I will give you your wages. So the woman took the child and nursed him. And the child grew, and she brought him to Pharaoh's daughter, and he became her son. So she called his name Moses, saying, because I drew him out of the water. Okay, Moses should have been put to death by Pharaoh because the Egyptian children were getting too big and too mighty and growing too much. So Pharaoh wanted to stop the growth of the Egyptian children, and Moses should have been one of the babies that got killed. But Pharaoh's daughter ended up seeing him when she was taking a bath, and she let the mother nurse him, and when he got older, they brought Moses back to Pharaoh's daughter, and that's how Moses grew up in the house of the Egyptians. That's how Moses became a son of Pharaoh's daughter. And Moses was learned in the education of the Egyptians at that time. Moses should have been put to death, but he escaped. Just like me and you, we probably shouldn't have made it through the birth canal, but God let us make it through, and it's for a reason. Now let's talk about Jesus' birth. The same thing was going on. I might didn't write that Matthew 2 and 13. Let's try that out. Let's try Matthew 2 and verse 13 to 16. Matthew 2, yes, that's it. Matthew chapter 2, verse 13 to 16. Now when they had departed, behold, an angel of the Lord appeared to Joseph in a dream, saying, Arise, take the young child and his mother, flee to Egypt, and stay there until I bring you word. For Herod will seek to destroy the young child, to destroy him. Once again, Egypt is mentioned. They're going to Egypt. Egypt played a big part in the early Bible days, that region. And you know, the slave trade took part in Egypt. A lot of the early, what's the word for it? The people in the early Bible days, a lot was happening in Egypt. And a lot of our ancestors came to America came to America from Egypt in the slave trade. Egypt was very, a lot of religion, the early religion was taking place in Egypt. 14. When he arose, he took the young child and his mother by night and departed for Egypt, and was there until the death of Herod, that it might be fulfilled which was spoken by the Lord through the prophet, saying, Out of Egypt I called my son. Then Herod, when he saw that he was deceived by the wise men, was exceedingly angry, and he sent forth and put to death all the male children who were in Bethlehem and in all its districts from 2 years old and under, according to the time which he had determined from the wise men. Okay, the wise men, the 3 wise men didn't go back and tell Herod where Jesus was. Jesus was supposed to be put to death. And because Jesus was able to escape, Herod put out a death sentence on all the male children 2 years old and under. So a lot of mothers lost their babies. A lot of mothers lost their baby at this time. Jesus was able to escape, but a lot of mothers lost their baby. Now that was a sad time. Yes, we was able to receive Jesus, but it came at a cost. And my life and your life right now it comes at a cost. Jesus paid the cost for our life. So that's why we have to acknowledge God.